In this module, I will discuss about testing genetic hypothesis. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis means a well-formulated scientific idea is called hypothesis. The ChiSquare test is a simple way of evaluating whether the prediction of a genetic hypothesis agree with data from an experiment. Mendels hypothesis, that is, with the help of ChiSquare, we can test Mendels hypothesis. Mendels hypothesized that pea color and texture were controlled by two different genes which assorted independently. He proposed the law of independent assortment, that is the Mendel's second law of independent assortment. So by ChiSquare method, we can verify the Mendel's law of independent assortment. So Mendel's dihybrid cross. From the dihybrid cross, Mendel has derived the hypothesis, that is the law of independent assortment. In the Mendel's dihybrid cross, he obtained four phenotypic classes, that is yellow round, yellow wrinkled, green round and green wrinkled in a ratio of 9:3:3:1. So we have to see whether this ratio is correct or not, or whether it is acceptable or not by ChiSquare test. In F2 generation, total number of observed, that is total number he observed in his experiment, it was 556, and his dihybrid ratio was 9:3:3:1. Now we can calculate the expected number from this total observed number of 556. So this expected number can be calculated by multiplying this ratio, that is 9:16, 3/16, 3/16 and 1/16, each with total observed number, that is 556, and we obtained the expected number, that is 312.75 or 313, 104.25, 104.25 and 34.75 or 35. So these are expected number which we have calculated. Next, the observed number which actually he obtained in the experiment. So this observed number for yellow round, it was 315, green round 108, yellow wrinkled 101 and green wrinkled 32. So total 556, and which can be compared with the expected number, that is 313, 104, 104 and 35 by ChiSquare test. Now ChiSquare formula is observed, that is summation observed minus expected whole square divided by expected. That is the calculation of ChiSquare value. Now the ChiSquare value was found to be 0.51. Now, to compare this chi-square value with the chi-square table, we have to find out the degrees of freedom or DF, which is n minus 1, where n is the total number of classes. So here there are 4 phenotypic classes. So degrees of freedom will be 4 minus 1 equal to 3. Now at 3 degrees of freedom, critical value at 5% level is 7.815. Now 0.51 is found to be much less than 7.815. Next, we have another data set. So in that data set, we have also found, that is observed, we have also compared observed number with the expected number. Here also there are 4 phenotypic classes were there, and observed and expected number were compared with the help of, and it's calculated with the help of ChiSquare test. Now here what we have observed, that is the chi-square equal to, value equal to 22.94. So for second data set, the chi-square value was found to be 22.94. And there were 4 phenotypic classes in these experiments also. So degrees of freedom found to be 3, 4 minus 1 equal to 3. Now critical value at 5% is 7.815, which we find out from the chi-square table. Now if you compared the chi-square value with the critical value, then we will find, that is chi-square value was much more higher than the critical value, 7.815. So from this data we can conclude that for Mendel's data, calculated chi-square statistic was found to be 0.51. Therefore, because the calculated chi-square at 3 degrees of freedom is much less than the critical value 7.815, we accept the hypothesis the data fits 9:3:1 ratio. So there is an agreement between observed and expected data and expected number. For second data set, calculated chi-square statistic is 22.94, which is far greater than the critical value of 7.815. Therefore, observed data do not fit into 9:3:1 genetic hypothesis. So there is no agreement between observed and expected data. So from this chi-square test, we find out that Mendel's hypothesis was correct. So in this module, we have provided key concepts of the module, quizzes, list of books for further study, and study materials. Thank you for attending our online course.